Now it's funny car at the Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals. Blake Alexander and Alexis Dejoria. And here is the ladder as it sets up for round number 2, which of course features the big-time matchup between Matt Hagan, the #1 qualifier, and John Force, the man who cashed yesterday's $100,000 Traxxas check.
Del Worsham run Caps match, a pretty big deal too. Oh boy, but right now here's the maybe a little bit of a Cinderella story. Here is Blake Alexander just trying to put money together to come race. This kid works really hard trying to put sponsorship deals together. Just coming out here a few times, he says, whenever he can find the money. Paul Smith usually always gives him a good race car. Today's no exception.
That same Paul Smith that was runner-up in the Funny Car Championship 1974 to Sherrill Greer?
That same one.
Yeah.
And unless something happens, this will be the final race this season for Blake Alexander. Remember, the last time we saw him was at the Charlotte 4-Wide when he went to the semifinals. Blake says he gets up every morning around 5 o'clock. He's on the phone all day chasing that almighty dollar, the almighty sponsorship. And he says he has learned a lot. He's gotten a lot of advice from some people in NASCAR. In fact, several NASCAR teams have been so impressed with the way he works at getting a sponsor, they've offered him a job in their marketing department. He has said, no, I want to pursue the dream of racing.
You know what Alexis Dejoria is pursuing? Pursuing her 4th consecutive semifinal. Maybe a problem in the right lane? Oh, how about that? And look at that number, 4:03.9.
He gave her a race, though.
Again, we've heard it here already once today. Blake Alexander, 4.112, runs a career best, but a career best that does not earn a round win.
Well, he did the job he set out to. In his interview, he said he wanted to go in and shallow stage and have an 070 light. He was 074. He was definitely not in deep. He had a 2.5 hundredths of advantage over Alexis Dejoria and really gave her a race up until about the 8th mile. And then Alexis was able to drive by and get the win with that great 4:03 pass.
Top end of the racetrack. We think back a year ago at the U.S. Nationals. Richie Crampton was doing clutch work on the Geico dragster. Then years before that at the U.S. Nationals, he was a motor guy. Well, now he's gone full circle. He's a driver, and you're going to the semifinals. What's it like when Aaron Brooks gets that little twinkle or gleam in his eye and says, you're going for a ride?
Oh, as a driver, there's no better feeling. I mean, we just showed some Aaron Brooks horsepower out there right now. Rod Centorby, the entire Geico team, you know, they're like my brothers. I've worked with them forever. So it's just a great time for me to get to drive this Geico car for them. Forrest and Charlotte, can't thank them enough for this opportunity once again. It's just been an amazing year, and we'll see what we got for the Sarge. I think we got choice, too. So.
You do have lane choice against Schumacher.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
What a story this kid is turning out to be. Getting pit fit there from the folks here in Indianapolis, and he is coming in to his own.